Cool. Oh, hello and welcome to the Frost Seymour Experience. I am Paul Seymour.
And I'm Nik Frost. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm very well, thanks, Nick. How are things for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Disappointing we only had two games to talk about today, but still.
Oh, yeah. Two big games, though, weren't they? There were two, I thought they were very good games. Probably more so the Switzerland one, to be fair. But let's crack right on. Obviously, we have the table just above the scores tonight to obviously show off what the final table is. But we'll start off with, both games started at 5 o'clock, didn't they? But we'll go for the top from the bottom. So Italy 1, Wales 0. Which one did you manage to catch in the end, Nick?
I watched the Wales game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Good. How about yourself?
Yeah, same as, mate. Yeah, I did. I couldn't help myself, really. Like we mentioned earlier, they had more, for me, on paper, had more of a bite to it. But I thought Italy obviously were very dominant as always, very strong. I thought Wales did make a good account for themselves and could have had the chances, but obviously Italy scored from a free kick, wouldn't
it? They did indeed. We've got a comment here. Waiting for match of the day. Spoiler alert. Yeah, well, yes. I mean, you should know by now. If you tune into us, we're going to be talking about the day's games.
Yeah, yes.
But it was a cracking game. Good goal by Italy. Rested 8 players. I'm not sure if I agree with that tactic or not. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it kind of spoils the flow a little bit. I understand why Mancini did it, because obviously, he'd already qualified, hadn't he? So he probably thought, well, let's just chill back a little bit. Got to see the other players, which was nice. Obviously, that's one spoiler, I suppose, for us. Spoiled for that, of course. But I do think, resting that many players, the momentum and all that could have been damaging. But obviously, they won, so they carried on. So Indeed. They did well the job.
Fleffinator says hello. Hello, Fleffinator. They did win, yes. They even subbed off the keeper with a few minutes to go.
They did, yeah. I think they're trying to get everyone a cap, I think, aren't they, for the Euro?
Fair play to them. They've won the group, as we can see on our screen. 7 points. For me, I think on the performances so far, they are the favourites now to win the tournament.
Yeah.
In all 3 games, they've been by far the most impressive team for me. Wales had a good chance in this game. They all blazed over. You'd expect him to do better. Someone of his quality, really. You
would. You really would. I agree there, Nick. I think that, when that chance did come, he just wasn't on it, was he? He just wasn't. He hasn't really. He had a little spark in the last game, but he hasn't really lit it up as much as he did last time. Obviously, everyone's like 4 or 5 years older now, of course. But, I was expecting more from him. But obviously, there was a bit of late drama in that game as well. I think it was like last 20 minutes. There was a sending off, wasn't there, for a stamp?
There was, yes. So they were down to 10 men, so understandably. Yes, Fluff was correcting me there. 9 points for Italy, not 7. Apologies. 3 straight wins, of course. Switzerland, they've still got a chance to go through. I've seen the goals. A cracking goal from Shaqiri.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I did, mate. Yeah, I seen it pop up in me when I was watching the Italy-Wales game. I seen it pop up in the corner. So I haven't seen it full screen, but heck of a goal. He turned up, didn't he? Last game,
he did. He played well in the previous game, I thought. Got a brace today, of course. Turkey got their first goal of the tournament, first and only goal of the tournament.
Yeah, Turkey did well. They showed up and tried to put on a show at the end. Also in vain, weren't it? Really, let's face it. But I did think throughout the whole tournament, Turkey had been the biggest letdowns. I think even Poland, like you said yesterday, pulled something back from it. But Turkey was just we're expecting something from them, weren't we? Got nothing.
I think I cursed them the second I drew them in that sweepstake.
That's it. That was your problem. It's all on you.
Goose was cooked from there. But Switzerland 4 points. Do you think they'll go through with that? Do you think they'll be one of the top 3 teams?
I mean, if it's the team's obviously got the 4 points. I think obviously we'll go through. If it's 5 or 6, all 16 get the 4 points or 5 or whatever, then obviously it'll go down to goal difference. I don't know if they'll do enough. It depends, like I say, on the goal difference. I think the -1 made a good account of themselves near the end. Managed to get the 3 goals and put a great performance in the last game, for weirdly enough. But yeah, do you know what? Like a commentator did say, I can't remember who, but knowing that 3rd place is up for grabs as a qualification spot now, a lot of these teams are kind of like first or second game, meh. if we draw or lose, it's not the end of the world because there's still a chance. So there is that kind of bit of a backup, haven't they now?
They have. I think they'll go through with that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, congratulations to Italy and Wales.
Yeah.
Confirmed through into the last 16.
Indeed. Yeah.
How far do you think Wales will go? Do you think they'll be out in the next round, or do you think they'll progress?
I haven't seen who they potentially could play next, depending on that information. I think if Wales played like they did today, or even played like they did against Turkey, to be fair, I mean, I think they've got a good chance. I can't see them getting past any of the big boys. I think they're very much like in England in many respects. I mean, they've got the same points as England. England got a game in hand, of course, and everyone's kind of down on England, obviously, after that game the other night. So comparing, obviously, we're just talking locally, of course, because obviously we're both from England, so obviously we compare them. But can they go? I don't think they can make it. I don't think they'll get to the semis, not like they did last time. I think maybe quarters at a push, depending.
Yeah. I agree.
Which do you think Italy are the new favourites then to win it?
I think Italy are going to win the whole thing.
Wow. Okay.
I may come back to haunt me, but I think they're the red hot favourites.
They are, aren't they? Let's face it. They're so good at controlling the ball, aren't they? As well, not just scoring the goals when they need to. They're good at just dominating the game. Yeah. But yeah, quick mention. Obviously, Switzerland obviously won 3-1 against Turkey, of course. So they were 2-1 up. It was a bit touchy towards the end, wasn't it? The Wales fans were celebrating when Turkey got one back. Again, excuse me, was another good goal, a blazer. But too little, too late, and then got the third. I think there was just enough, and that's that. But I did think Wales. I mean, I don't know if your opinion is the same. I think Wales went into this having an inkling that all's not lost if they did lose this game against Italy. They just wanted to make sure they didn't lose too much.
Yeah, I've just checked. Wales will now play the runners-up of Group B in the next round.
Right. Okay. Which would potentially be.
Well, it could be any one of 3 teams at the minute.
Well, that's true. But, yeah.
Looking at the current table. So, shall we look at tomorrow's games? Of course, with a comment, the Turks were Swiss rolled, says Fluffinator.
He knows something about rolling, doesn't he? Sausage rolling, but no sausage.
Yeah. James says it's counterintuitive, he feels. I'm sure the benching of all the Italian first teamers there. Yeah,
I agree. It is kind of that kind of. To be fair, Italy have been very forward playing, but yeah, it is kind of like a negativity in a few respects, I suppose. But yeah, go on to the. Sorry, you were saying about the tomorrow's games, Nick.
Yes. So tomorrow we have 4 games, in fact.
Oh wow, we're treated tomorrow.
We have the final Group B games and the final Group C games. So Wales will find out their opponent tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we've got a Group B. Both games are on at 8:00, and Group C. Both games are on at 5:00. So again, you have to choose which game you want to watch. But at least tomorrow you can watch 2.
Yeah. Overall.
So Group B: Finland versus Belgium and Russia versus Denmark. Ooh, Finland. They've got a chance, but they need a result. Belgium already through. They might rest players. Might give Finland a chance, like Italy did. Might give them a chance.
Yeah, could do. I mean, that's like they've got to think of longevity, haven't they, of the tournament? I suppose. That's what Italy were thinking. They feel they can win it now, which no, I don't blame them. Without the way they've been playing.
Yeah, James says we should watch 1 game each this time, which would make sense for our show.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we could pick one and we can communicate which one we're going to watch each. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, not a bad idea. Though. I like that.
Okay. So Finland, Belgium. I think Finland might nick a draw if Belgium if they rest players.
Yeah.
Because again, Belgium have looked, for my money, the second strongest team in the tournament so far.
Yeah, they have been looking good, haven't they, Belgium? In fairness to them.
And then Russia and Denmark.
Denmark are probably going to want to try and go for it, aren't they? All things considered. I mean, they all will, obviously, but I just think Denmark have just got a little bit of extra momentum behind them now, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, Denmark have got no points and a -2 goal difference, but Russia, currently second, who they're playing, also have a -2 goal difference, so they only have to beat them to overtake them.
Yeah, simple as. Well, I say simple. Missions aren't going to be easy to roll over, are they? But It'd be an interesting game to watch. Obviously, without Christian Eriksen there, like one of their talisman, wasn't he? He was there. He was probably the best player in the Danish team. Without him, of course, they've only got the spirit of him to kind of crack on with. To be fair, but either way, I'd like to see Belgium and probably Denmark go through out of that lot.
Yeah. So while Belgium are through, second place, as we've said, is up for grabs between Russia, Finland, and Denmark. It could go to any one of those teams, pending tomorrow's results. Of those three, who do you think Wales would rather play?
Ooh, well, I think I'd want to avoid Belgium. I think I'd be up for all of them, to be fair, but I think I'd want to avoid Belgium first of all. Denmark. Did you say Belgium won the group or haven't won the group?
Well, they haven't guaranteed to win it, but they could be through because
right.
the lowest they can finish is second, and even that would be. So Finland would have to beat them with a big swinging goal difference, so it's unlikely. So really, they have won the group already.
Probably going to be Belgium, isn't it? Then in that respect, I think that if they could choose out of them, they'd probably choose Finland out of all of them.
Wales played the second place team, so it's likely to be Russia, Finland, or Denmark.
Oh, they play the second place team. That's interesting. Okay, that's unique because it's always used to be first versus second of one group and blah blah blah, didn't it? But that's interesting. Okay, they'd probably choose Finland if they could, or Russia, well Denmark. That's a good figure. I think they're stronger than all three of them, to be fair. So, I think they could easily beat. I say easily. I think they could beat them. Probably not easily.
Not easily. This is international football, but I agree. All three of them would be winnable games for Wales.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got Group C. Both games kicking off at 5:00. We've got North Macedonia against the Netherlands and Ukraine versus Austria.
Right. Okay. Well, Netherlands already through as well, aren't they? Yeah. As far as I knew. So again, I think Netherlands might want to do the same, want to rest players, depending how much Ukraine got a win, didn't they? I suppose it depends on the goal difference. I think Netherlands are a little bit further ahead than Ukraine, aren't they? Obviously, they got the win over them, of course. So, be interesting to watch either one of them games, to be honest. I think North Macedonia have tried. At least they've turned up and tried. They've done the opposite of what Turkey did. I think Turkey just turned up, put their name in the hat. Bizarre how that turned out. But whereas North Macedonia, no one give, a snowball's chance in hell, if you will. And they've actually turned out all right. They've done all right. Not got much, but they've done all right.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting game. And who's the other one? Sorry, Ukraine and Austria.
It is.
Well,
Pandev again.
Pandev, you know what? I'd love to. I'm going to put a bet. I'm going to do that for you, James. I'm going to put a bet on Pandev to score tomorrow. Let's see if he does. I don't know what the odds are. I'm sure I'll find out. I got a couple of mates who are very high into this, so I should find out the best booking odds, and I'll put a couple of quid on Pandev to score.
Like you say, Macedonia have played well in both games, but haven't got anything to show for it. 2 straight losses, which is a shame, really, because they have played well.
Yeah, I think if it was down to heart, they'd win, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So the best, they're already out, aren't they? I mean, the best they can get is 3 points, and I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I can't see them winning against Netherlands anyway, even if Netherlands rest players.
Put the third team out there, couldn't they, I think? But yeah, I think that's a one-way street, really. We said that with France and Hungary, didn't we? But that turned out the way it did.
Well, yeah.
But we'll see. I think Hungary a little bit stronger than North Macedonia, with due respect. But yeah, I think that's it. I think Ukraine will win tomorrow. I think they'll do over Austria.
Ukraine, Austria, they're both on 3 points, playing each other. Basically, it's a straight shootout. Whoever wins goes through. So
it
should be a good game.
Mini final, that, yeah. So either way, that'd be good. Yeah, good bit of football to watch tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. You think Ukraine will win, though? I
do. I don't think Austria have got enough. They've got, obviously, David Alaba, obviously, he's been leading the line. He's great in his own way, but he can't do it all. They'll have... what's his name back tomorrow? That gentleman who got sent off. Mr. Bay. I can't remember his name. I do apologise, but he'll be back tomorrow. Whether he gets a game or not, I don't know. You might want to keep him at the limelight. It's probably best to do because I don't think he should be back anyway. But if he does get to play, I think he'll be dangerous. But I still think Ukraine. They're just a bit more. For me, they're a bit solid, and I think they'll go for it. And they tried against Netherlands. They did try, but I think there'll be too much for Austria. So
I think Ukraine. Play you thinking of?
That's the one, yes. That's the one, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I agree. I think Ukraine have just got a little bit more quality.
Hmm.
Although Shevchenko, the Ukraine coach, has said Popov won't be playing tomorrow as he's injured, I think, unfortunately.
Could change things.
Yeah.
Yeah, could change things. I'd like to see how Andrei Shevchenko get somewhere, to be fair. Take his team to the next round. It'd be nice to see. Like I used to love Andrei.
Hell of a striker back in the day. Flef is predicting a 1-1 draw in the Ukraine game. That'd be interesting.
It will be.
If they draw 1-1, Ukraine would be through on goals scored because they've both got the same goal difference currently, both on flat 0. But Ukraine have scored 1 goal more, so we'd go through on that.
Yeah, that would be interesting too. Oh yeah, I suppose that would be. We'll see. We have a question here as well. How do you both feel about Harry Kane being confirmed to start for England? Well, the thing is, with Harry Kane, he's got a name now, hasn't he? So his name's going to be on that list. Obviously, I'm not comparing him to Ronaldo or Messi or anything, but he's going to be the first person they choose, or second or third maybe, on that list. I don't think he's getting the same kind of service he's getting at Tottenham. I think the whole team's struggling, to be fair, so it's not just him. If he starts, look, this could be his chance to go, right, let's go for it, let's do it. I still think Sancho should get a game and Grealish should start. I really do think he should take a chance on them. Even Rashford, Calvert-Lewin. You've got some great players there itching. I'd prefer Calvert-Lewin in personally, but if Kane's starting, he's just got to do something. He's got a half to do it. If not, I'd be right off and put Calvert-Lewin on, see what he can do.
Yeah, well, he's the captain, isn't he? So he can't really not start. But definitely on the balance of his performances, he does not deserve to start.
No.
I've seen a lot of Leeds fans are saying, should have took Bamford.
Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, in that last game, that was crying out for a player like Bamford, who just hurries and runs after the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, just to pester the defence, if anything, just to be around it, to get in between and stuff like that. Defences hate that. And at the moment, they see Kane on, they're thinking, well, we're quite chill because no one's getting the ball to him. Yeah. He's on his lonesome, like. So
he's not chasing down either. He's just sloughing around the pitch.
Yeah, you need an all-rounder. So it is what it is with him, to be fair.
The thing is, he does have that unbelievable quality, so he might turn up tomorrow and just smash in a hat-trick there. Tuesday, sorry.
Yeah. Tuesday he could. That's the game, isn't it, on there? Yeah. He is being guaranteed, I think, by name, isn't he?
By name and the fact he's captain, I think. And probably a bit of saving face. Even if Southgate thinks it's probably not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
If he doesn't start him, what does it say about him as the manager?
Yeah. Because he's took him along, isn't he? He's put all his eggs in one basket with him. And then if he has to kind of, say, right, let's change it up a bit. That's what England fans will be screaming for it because they want to change. But I think they can forgive Gareth if he did do that. But like you say, it is saving face. I think a lot of this.
But yeah, like James says, the other strikers may be deflated.
Yeah,
I see that.
I agree.
Calvert-Lewin's just sitting on the bench thinking, "Get me on."
Yeah, you should be getting bloody muscle aches just waiting there, like. Yeah, you need a Calvert-Lewin on. I mean, honestly, when I seen him at the start of the season with Everton, he was just getting everywhere, wasn't he? Just what you needed from a striker. So give him another chance, give him a go, definitely.
If it was me, I'd change the whole front three on Tuesday. I'd have Calvert-Lewin in the middle. I'd have Rashford and Sancho on the wings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. I'd be completely with you on that one. I agree with that. Yeah. But we will see. That is Tuesday night, isn't it, that one? Is it an 8 o'clock kickoff?
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. And yeah, James makes a good point. He had no issues playing a right back at left back, which he did take a lot of flack for.
Yeah.
So, incredible. Well, he did do that, and he took flack for it before the game. But Trippier was probably one of our better players, and then doesn't start the next game.
It doesn't make sense, does it? No one knows what's going on in the head of Gareth Southgate, to be fair. Going into the tournament, everyone was a bit fearful it was going to be negative in terms of how he plays. How many left backs he took, and then obviously, everyone's worried about a flat back five, and everyone was panicking. So, like I said, I don't think the result will. Yes, obviously we'll get through. It'll be nice to get through, but I don't think it'll matter anyway. You got teams like Italy who if they did come against them at any point. I don't know if they could at any point before the final. God, Italy were in rings round them. They really would. And not forgetting Germany and everyone else. Oh, it'd just be a nightmare. So, you know, he's got to change it he's got to change it by Tuesday.
Just to know, it's not guaranteed we're through at the minute. Should we lose to the Czech Republic, who are currently top of the group,
right, and
either Croatia or Scotland win, we could finish third still on goal difference.
I think that will deflate them, won't it? If they finish third. Oh goodness me! I mean, I don't know how they're going to work this third place thing out. Obviously, they'll work it out and obviously put it up on the list, of course. But yeah. They just need to go out and win. They need to do it just for their confidence levels. I mean, Germany, when I watched them the other day against Portugal, they're going to come to that next game. They're playing Hungary next, aren't they? They're going to come out all guns blazing, and they've got nothing to lose now because their confidence is flying high. You know, they must have had deflated against France, but you know what? They turned up against Portugal, against the European champions. Thought, you know what? We're not having any of this. We conceded early, win at half time. You got to sort your heads out, lads. And he came out, and he was just. All of them, boom, 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 boom. Germany just play like we like to see them play. England like to do the same.
Fleff says he'd keep Sterling in as he does drive at the defence. But James says Sterling miscontrolled so much, though. He does.
Yeah.
That's what you get with Sterling. You're going to get someone who's going to drive at the defence and worry defenders, but miscontrol the ball if it gets past to him at pace. So.
A nice little discussion going on in our chat, which I really appreciate. I like that. Good to see.
Germany will just get stronger from now on. I agree with that, and I think they're in a great position now.
Yeah.
Second in the group currently, and their final game, and no disrespect to Hungary, played really well against France, but they are the weakest team in that group.
Yeah, 100%.
And then obviously France are going to play Portugal, and should be a cracking game.
Yeah, I'd be looking forward to see Ronaldo and Mbappe and butting heads, the old and the new. Mind you, Ronaldo the other day, what we mentioned, how he does that at 36. I ran up my stairs literally half an hour ago, and I was gasping when I got to the top, and I'm only a year older. So God knows that he's supreme fitness. If Ronaldo ever put a DVD out, I think I'd buy it. But anyway, yeah, going back to what we're going through. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good Euro so far. I've actually enjoyed it. You know, it's going to be saddening watching the groups come to an end, but it's got the knockout football coming up shortly. So, again, we're on tomorrow, Group B and Group C. And, yeah, I think we'll do what James suggested. We'll watch a game each of each one and then compare notes.
Probably wise.
Yeah, man. I like that idea.
I'm looking forward to the first penalty shootout in the knockouts, considering how many people are missing penalties.
Yeah, I know.
You need to score one in the 5 to go through.
That's it, yeah. It would just be like 3 red dots, wouldn't it? And whoever scores first wins. It'd be like that. Blimey, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting if it gets penalties for any of them games. Never all out the Germans, though. Never all out the Germans.
Ronaldo fitness guaranteed #1 bestseller, says James. It definitely would be, wouldn't it?
100%. 100%. I would definitely buy it, and then I'd watch it and be gassed just by watching it. Well, that wraps up, really. We've obviously gone a bit longer tonight, but I think we had a bit of extra time anyway, so much enjoyed a little bit of an extra talk. Thank you very much to our guests, obviously James and Flev, have joined us in the chat. Much love to you two guys. Obviously, thank you for joining us and putting a bit of debate in there, which we really appreciate. And you got anything to add, Nick?
No, looking forward to tomorrow's workout.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's going to be 2 games in one, I swear. Yeah. Yes, well, I'm sure you ain't doing anything. Right then. Okay, cool. And until tomorrow, we'll be back a little bit later on tomorrow night. Obviously, we've got to catch up with the games. That's pretty much it. So thank you very much, guys, and take care of yourselves.
All right.
Catch you later.